Ahmed was a boy from a small, dusty town where the days passed slowly and the nights fell in quiet stillness. He came from a modest home, his father a primary school teacher, his mother a homemaker. There was nothing extravagant about their lives. Their house had cracked walls, a leaky roof in the rainy season, and a kitchen that smelled of lentils and love. But there was warmth, and there was hope, especially in Ahmed's eyes. Since childhood, he dreamt bigger than the skies he saw from his rooftop. While others played cricket in the narrow lanes, Ahmed read old library books, science, inventions, stories of people who came from nothing and became everything. "Ammi," he'd say with his childlike certainty, "one day I'll become something, big." His mother would laugh and stroke his hair. "Beta, just become a good human. Everything else will follow." That line stayed with him longer than she would ever know. School wasn't easy. Ahmed had to walk 5 kilometers every day because his father couldn't afford the bicycle he once pointed out at the town market. But he never complained. He studied under flickering bulbs, solved math problems in candlelight during power outages, and helped his mother carry water from the hand pump when the taps ran dry. When exam results came, he always topped, quietly, without celebration. One day, a letter came. He'd secured a full scholarship to a prestigious university in the city. It was the day their little world changed. His father cried silently, his mother cooked his favorite food, and the neighbors came over to congratulate like he had won a war. The city was overwhelming. Ahmed had never seen buildings that kissed the sky or people who walked past without eye contact. The university campus felt like another planet. Everyone spoke in fluent English, dressed sharply, carried the latest phones, and talked about things he barely understood. For the first time, he felt small. But he remembered his mother's voice. "Become a good human. Everything else will follow." So he focused. While his roommates partied or dated or went to weekend trips, Ahmed stayed in the library. He worked part-time in a bookstore to cover what the scholarship didn't. Sometimes he'd skip meals, not because he forgot, but because he couldn't afford them. He taught himself English by watching YouTube videos late at night with subtitles on. There were nights he cried silently into his pillow, not out of weakness, but out of sheer exhaustion. Still, he never gave up. 4 years passed like a storm. At graduation, he stood on the stage with gold medals around his neck. His parents watched from the audience, his mother in a simple cotton sari, wiping tears with her dupatta, his father clapping like the sky would hear his pride. But life had more in store. He landed a job at one of the country's top firms, something no one from his town had ever done. His first salary wasn't huge, but it was enough to send his parents a new refrigerator and get his sister admitted into a better school. A few months later, on a quiet Sunday morning, he returned to his town for a surprise visit. He walked into the house. It still had the same cracked walls, the same leaky roof, and that same smell of lentils and love. "Ami," he called softly. His mother stepped out of the kitchen, stunned for a moment, then broke into tears. Without a word, he knelt down, took her hands, and placed an envelope in them. She opened it slowly. It was the papers of a new house, a better one, the kind that didn't leak, had painted walls and running water. "But how?" she asked, her hands trembling. Ahmed smiled. "Because you believed in me when no one else did." She hugged him tightly, her voice shaking. "You've become something now, haven't you?" He pulled back and looked into her eyes. "No, Ami, I've just started. But I've never forgotten what you said. First, a good human." Outside, the sky was just turning orange. The birds chirped like they knew something good had happened. And in that moment, in that tiny, humble house, under that leaking roof, a dream had come true,